answer is big. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today, we have a very interesting topic. Even me, I'm so excited to talk about the 10 questions passengers ask to their flight attendant. So, whenever the flight attendant gives this announcement, ladies and gentlemen, we will be dimming the cabin lights to give you a better view of the city. Guests reading may switch on their individual reading lights. The reason of this announcement is, in case of emergency where we need to evacuate, our eyes would adjust to the darkness and it would be easier for us to see the exits to use. And the answer is big no. No. Commercial aircrafts don't carry parachutes. In case of emergency, the pilot's main task is to land the aircraft, either terrain or water landing. Evacuation can't be done in flight. So while we are cruising at high altitude, it's impossible and it would never happen to open the doors, have our parachutes, and escape. Yes, it's always during takeoff and landing because these two are the most crucial phases in the flight. We have to open our window shades so that we would be aware of what's happening outside during these critical phases. This goes the same why we have to put our bags in the overhead bin or put it under the seat in front of us, why we have to stow our tray tables and put our seats in upright position. So in case of emergency, it will be easier for us to get out and evacuate because there are no loose articles in the cabin. So the next time you fly, please obey your flight attendants. Hindi po sila nagtataray or nagtitrip sa passengers. What they're doing is just for your own safety. I've encountered passengers and even some celebrities who didn't want to put their bags in the overhead bins. They didn't want to stow their Louis Vuittons or their Hermes bags. But then, yeah, of course, I have to explain to them that it's for their own safety. And eventually, they understood naman. And yes, they followed. In case of emergency, the person sitting in the overwing exit has to help in opening the window exit. So if there are loose articles or bags na hindi na-stow sa overhead bin, surely they could disrupt the flow of evacuation. We always complain why snacks and drinks in flight are so expensive. So, bakit nga ba? First, let's just make things simpler. From the factory where they are made, they will be brought to our catering office where the quality and quantity checking is done. They are transported to the aircraft in big trolleys. Sobrang heavy ng trolleys po, which means that it's gonna be added load to the aircraft. The heavier the load is, the more fuel is needed. So again, additional cost na naman. Now, the catering personnel and the flight attendants have to check if same ba ang nakasulat sa checklist and ang quantity ng items na na-load sa flight. So that's another workload na naman. We're not talking about 20 to 30 items lang. We are talking about snacks and drinks na kayang i-cater ang 4 to 6 legs na flight. So that's approximately 700 passengers. Then, after the flight, the catering personnel and the flight attendants have to do the inventory again. And then the items will be transported back to the catering office where another quality and quantity check happens. I once asked this question to a senior pilot, and his answer: cell phones could interfere the navigation equipment. I remember that was a Cebu flight during Sinulog days, so we had so many celebrities in flight. After demo, we had our compliance, and then there were these three celebrities. They were sitting on the same row, and when our lead cabin crew asked them to turn off their cell phone, they acted as if they didn't hear her. So they just continued to text, answer calls. So our lead cabin crew had to stand in front of them. And yeah, she was so polite. She told them na she couldn't give the cabin ready signal to the captain unless they'll turn off their cell phones. So ayon, finally they listened. So we were able to take off. It's not a problem. We have extension seatbelts in flight. So you just have to connect it sa seatbelt and then problem is solved. For safety reasons, it's not allowed. As soon as the cabin doors are closed, the stereo flight deck starts. So no unnecessary calls from the cabin will be entertained. But upon deplaning, you can ask your cabin crew if you want to have a picture taking with the captain or you want to get inside the cockpit. First, it is a criminal offense, so don't even try. And when one attempts to open the cabin door, it would reflect in the cockpit, so the flight crew would know, as well as the cabin crew. Next, it is impossible to open the door in flight because the cabin is pressurized, and the pressure difference from the inside and outside somewhat seals the door. The pilot in command and the first officer shouldn't have the same kind of food. So for example, si pilot in command chooses ham and cheese croissant, automatically first officer has to get the cheese roll. It's not allowed po na they'll be eating the same kind of food. Why? In case one of the snacks causes diarrhea or other signs of food poisoning, the other flight crew can still fly the aircraft or can still do his task dahil hindi po same sila ng kinain. And same sa flight attendants, we get to choose what we like. But first, we have to let our senior choose first. But this doesn't happen all the time though. I hope you enjoyed our video for today. And if you have questions in mind na I didn't include in my top 10 questions, please don't hesitate to write them in the comment section. For more interesting videos, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And to be updated with my latest videos, please don't forget to click the bell icon. Once again, thank you and have a great day.